Hi guys, welcome to Three Sisters in Wigan. Alan Antonio here for TDI Media. We're at the opening round of the Northern Karting Federation Championship. We're covering three classes, starting with the biggest grid of the day in Iame Cadet. Let's have a look at the grid positions. They look like this. Now the drivers in yellow are the drivers competing in the Northern Karting Federation class this weekend. It's a mixed grid with club drivers and plenty of drivers here testing for the forthcoming Motorsport UK British Championships later in the season. It's a Fusion lockout. Fusion Motorsport drivers occupying the top 6 positions, but Jay Holtby there in 7th is the leading driver in the NKF class. Finn Leslie 2nd, Ted Bradbury 3rd, Oliver Phillips 4th. Drivers with an N next to their number are all novices, and they're competing for their own prize this weekend as well. Archie Clark's driving the 43 Kart, goes off pole. Alongside is Ella Stevens, but Stevens has got a really poor start. She's going to drop from 2nd to 5th through turn 1. She does, and it's Jay Holtby who takes advantage of that poor start. He's the leading NKF driver, started P7 and now up to P4 out of turn 1. There he is on the 19 Kart. Off the valley through Dunlop for the first time, it's Clark from Rubman, Phillips, Holtby, the leading NKF driver. That's Ella Stevens picked out there, the Iame Cadet Champion in 2017. She's currently in 5th. She's followed by Robinson, Neat, Hassan, the Night Riders, Will and Zach. They ran out the top 10 just looking for the novices, just going through the picture. Antrobus leads Barnes, who's made up 9 places. Cordingley there in 3rd. That's the novice battle. Antrobus, Barnes and Cordingley. Freddie Barnes started P31 up to 23rd already. Great start up the inside for 2nd. Having a look is Vinnie Phillips. Did he make it stick? No, he didn't. He's just window shopping at the moment. He'll be at the sales later. Through the line, it's Clark from Rubman, Phillips, Holtby, Stevens, Robinson, Neat, Hassan, Will Knight from his brother Zach Knight. Rubman's put in the fastest lap, but it's early doors at the moment. Here comes Vinnie Phillips down the inside. He makes it stick this time off the valley. Drops Rubman back to 3rd. Phillips up to 2nd. It's still Clark that leads it. Vinnie Phillips for Fusion Motorsport starting P5. Make that P1 now. Why sit in 2nd when you can take the lead? 2 turns, 2 places made up for the race leader, Vinnie Phillips. That's Aidan Hassan picked out. He's in 8th place currently. Recent winner at the Gold Cup in 2 classes that day. Took home 2 Gold Cups and 2 Ferrari watches. How greedy do you want to be? Through Luna Bend for the 2nd time. It is Phillips at lead, but looks like Rudman's having a look up the inside of Archie Clark. Has he made that stick? No, not quite. Clark's still there. In Rubman there in 3rd, that's Ella Stevens on the 28. She's made a place back up. She's into 4th. Leading novice is still William Antrobus in P23 now on the 55 Kart. Leah Robinson set the fastest lap at the end of that lap. 50.67 currently in P5. There he is, just behind Ella Stevens. Rest of the kart stream off the valley. Pick out your favourite drivers. Leader in the NKF class is that man, the 19, just going through the picture, Jay Holtby. We're looking at Ted Bradbury. He's in P10 now, so he's going to put pressure on Holtby sometime soon. He's 2nd in the NKF class. There's a great race going on in the novice race. It's Antrobus from Cordingley and Barnes now. Barnes has dropped back to 3rd in that one, and that's a spinner to 64 of Aidan Hassan. The double Gold Cup winner from just a few weeks ago will not be winning today. As the leading drivers come towards us, we can see the 28's dropped back. That's Ella Stevens. Freddie Barnes confirmed as 3rd in the novice class. Going up the inside for a spot. Is that a spot made up? It is. Leo Robinson makes the move. Aidan Neat goes with him, and that drops Mason Rubman back from 3rd to 5th. And that battling has allowed Ella Stevens to get that much closer. She went through the line. She was 0.6 behind. She's not 0.6 behind the man in front of her now. It's Phillips, Clark, Robinson, Neat and Rudman, and that's the 53 of Bradbury just going up the inside. There he is on the 53, just behind the 19 of Jay Holtby, and they are 1st and 2nd now in the NKF class. Just saw Charlie Hart go through his shot as well. He started P8, he was down at 14th, but made up 3 places on the last lap as Bradbury sweeps through to the lead in the NKF class. He's up now to P7, just gone through the picture there, just picked him out. So Bradbury started P15 up to P7. What a drive so far. Phillips leads it from Clark, Neat, Robinson, Rubman. Ella Stevens there right in the mix in 6th place. We covered Ella winning the Iame Championship a couple of seasons ago. She is a hard charger. She's struggled in the British Championships coming into it for a couple of seasons, but she's not struggling now. That's Will Knight picked out, recent winner at the Super 1 British Championships. He's currently in P8. He won the opening round on the Saturday. On Sunday, it was his brother Zach that won round 2, so keeping it in the family. It's a battle for 11th. Hart, Phillips, Evans, Leslie and Clark. Then comes George Edgar. He's followed by Billington, Earl, Nuttall and Barnes. And in the background, Ben Cordingley spins out from 2nd in the novice race. That allows Freddie Barnes back in a second. The 17 just going through the shot. That's Charlie Barnes. So Barnes now in second and third. The Freddie variety second and Charlie now up to third place. That's Ted Bradbury picked out, still leading the NKF class. He's going to lose a spot though, is he? That's Will Knight on the 88, but he's just window shopping. Not actually buying anything at the moment, but he will do very shortly. Finn Leslie, third in the NKF class. Starting P12 in P14 at the moment, but third overall as Rudman puts a move on Ella Stevens. And here comes Archie Clark up the inside of Leo Robinson for third. Will Antrobus still the leading novice, but only by 0.57 over Freddie Barnes in second in that novice race. We'll pick them out as they come towards us. There's the 55 going through, that's the 10. So just 0.57 separate them. There's a great battle going on for third in the novice race. It's Taylor Dixon through to third from Barnes, and Jamie Lever and Grace Parkington, and the recovering Ben Cordingley trying to get back on terms. But what a great battle that is for the final step of the podium in the novice class. There's a battle of the 17s headed by Joel Billington. Aidan Hassan recovering. Alex Biles makes a move coming out of Luna as well. Great battling in the midfield, great battling up front as well as Archie Clark struggling to hold on to third. Here he is, Clark with just in behind him Leo Robinson, and Robinson's got Rudman for company and Ellis Stevens in that mix as well. Paddock Bend always a good overtaking spot, and Rudman takes advantage. Has he made it stick? He has. So that is now the 43, Archie Clark in third, Rudman's up to fourth, Robinson down to fifth, and Stevens still there in sixth place. Close enough if good enough, and we know that she is. This is that battle for the third spot on the podium for the novice class. It is Taylor Dixon picked out there who has it. He's got a little bit of breathing space because he's got Daniel Bonner there on the 66, who's between himself and the man fourth in that class, Charlie Barnes, who had that third place earlier on. Archie Clark leading the battle for third, now 2.3 seconds behind the front two, so they've got enough of a gap as we go through 7 laps. Timing struggling to keep up, but I tell you what, Robinson and Stevens are struggling to keep up. Robinson sweeps by the 15 of Mason Rudman, and Stevens goes with him, and now he goes for another move on Clark and gets it. 2 turns and Robinson goes from 5th to 3rd. Oh, that's Ella Stevens been spun out. Looks like some contact from behind. Oh, disaster for Ella Stevens. She was right in the mix for that podium spot. She's got to take the positives out of the weekend. And the biggest positive for her, as we see the replay, is that amongst front runners, she is a front runner. There's a slight bit of contact. You see the rear wheel just lifted up. That suggests there was a little bit of contact. I'm sure it wasn't deliberate. They are teammates, of course. 2 laps to go. Talking to teammates, here's Archie Clark up the inside of his teammate, Leo Robinson. That's for the 3rd place spot. Rudman there has got a bit of work to do to get back to them. If they keep battling like this, though, Rudman may well get there for the last spot on the podium. Ted Bradbury, by the way, the leading driver in the NKF class. There he is on the 53, Ted Bradbury. Great performance. Oh, Aidan Neat into the lead for the first time. There is Bradbury's got the Night Riders in behind him. Zach and Will in that order. Then comes Jay Holtby, second in the NKF class. This is the battle for 17th. Well, Hassan's ahead in that battle now from Billington. Biles putting a move on Max Nuttall, Levi Earl in the mix as well. Antrobus just went through the shot on the 55. That's the 10 of Freddie Barnes, so they're first and second in the novice class. We're into the last lap, 9 gone, 1 to go. It's Aidan Neat, whose dad Andy used to race in the British Touring Car Championship, took his first win in the British Championships at Glenigor's Park last year. He's looking to take the win here, but he's under real pressure now from Phillips. Phillips is not going to let this go, maybe his teammate, but he's not going to give it up as Phillips goes alongside. They're side by side down to Paddock Bend. Is this going to work for Phillips? A little bit of contact between them. No damage done. Phillips makes his way through. They disappear left down to Rogerson's. That's a battle for 3rd place. Clark, Robinson and Rudman still as you were. Bradbury still there in 6th place. Leaders down to Luna. It was Phillips that led it, but Neat's got it into Luna. What a great move by Aidan Neat. They were banging wheels, but it's all worked out for Aidan Neat. It's still as you were in 3rd place. It's Neat that's going to take it. Looks like the 15 Rudman trying to go up the inside for 4th. Neat's taking the win, but Rudman spun out and Zach Knight's had to take avoiding action, and that's impacted Bradbury. Bradbury just pips Jay Holtby on the line by 1/10 of a second. The NKF race goes right to the wire. Will Knight comes in 7th from Hart Phillips and Neo Clark. Zach Knight crashed trying to avoid Mason Rudman. Unfortunately, he's got his hands in the air, nothing he can do about it. Let's have a look at the official result. Neat it was that took the win from Phillips by just 0.06 of a second on the line. Archie Clark rounded out the podium. Leo Robinson in fourth, the top four all Fusion Motorsport drivers. Then came Ted Bradbury for Sampolic Racing with Jay Holtby just a tenth behind. This is the official NKF result. Ted Bradbury takes the win, fifth on track. Great performance that was. Jay Holtby in second from Oliver Phillips, then Leslie Billington, Bullock, Carter, Robertson, Barnes, Lewis and Danny Bonner rounding out the top 10. The Honda Cadet class will be up next. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys.